Okay, so I'm going to work on an assignment here called the Bad Apple assignment. And so I'm going to open it up and look at some of these images that I can use. So I need the lynx or the bobcat, so I'm going to save that. And I need an apple picture. So I'll get a nice apple picture and download that. Then I'm going to open up Photoshop and I'm going to go and actually open up these two files. So from my downloads folder, I'm going to open both of these up and they'll pop up into separate layers. And then the first thing I want to do is unlock each of these images so that I have access to them. And I want to make a selection, so I can use the rectangular marquee tool or M shortcut and just make a selection quickly and easily around the mouth. I want to copy that, so Control C or Command C on a Mac. And then I'm going to go over to this layer and I'm going to go Control V or Command V on a Mac and paste it. Okay, next thing that I want to do is I want to line up the mouth with the apple. And so I'm going to change the opacity a little bit, move the mouth over using the shortcut V or the move tool, and kind of line it up. And this one's pretty easy. I can line it up right like that, and you can see the curve of the apple behind it and kind of fit it in there. And if I wanted to, I could adjust some things as well, adjust the height of it, the width of it, stretch it out, change the appearance of that mouth, and then double click or hit enter when I'm done. Okay, then I'm going to change the opacity back to 100, and I need to mask both of these layers. So I'm going to click the mask button down here. It's the rectangle with a circle out of it, and I'm going to have that on both. And then I'm going to use my paintbrush, which is the shortcut B, and my size of my brush is up here. I can change the size and the hardness, and I can just go ahead and play around with that. And so just really quickly I can erase, or really I'm just kind of masking and hiding what's happening there. And I can zoom in and I can change my brush size. And if I take a little too much off, I can hit X and I can go back and I can add it back on. And so that's the benefit of using a mask as opposed to just erasing something. And I can do the same thing up here. Okay, so I don't want to take too long to show you. So then the next thing I do is I'm going to do the exact same thing with the apple layer. So B for brush, change my brush size, make it a little bigger, and I'm going to remove the part of the apple that I don't want to be seen. Oh, this is a neat thing that you can do with the apple too. If you want, you can go into the apple layer and use your liquify tool, and you can actually kind of play around with this a bit, pull your apple, give your apple a bit of a bulge to give it a different look and kind of fill that space in. And then again, the same thing, I can go and remove the piece of the apple that I don't want. There you go. When you're satisfied with the way that it looks, then you want to remove the background. This is something you don't necessarily have to do, but for this assignment we're going to just practice this. So I remove everything, make sure the background's all gone. And then it's done. And so that's basically how you do that. Really simple. I could go around and I could clean up some of these edges if I want with my brush and remove some more of the mouth if you wanted to change that look. I could even go into my apple here and do the liquify and pull that bottom out a bit. So that it lines up a little bit better. And that's basically it. The next thing that you could do is add a fun background behind it. Maybe like a jungle one or something where that lynx or bobcat might be, and that might add a fun look to your background. And then you're going to save it. So File, Save As, and you're going to save it as a Photoshop file. And that's the lesson for today.